Hello, JT.
Hello. Benny. All guns are firing today. Stocks are flying.
Yeah, what a day, huh? Nice thing for them to back out. Did you enjoy your day off yesterday?
Oh, there's no day off. We're still working. We're still
You're right about
there's
that.
a day off. Hey, we don't sleep. 0 hour HGR. There's always news to be had, always work to be done. We don't sleep,
Right
and
on. Right on. Yeah.
the crew should know we're always
Hey,
on it.
real quick before we get started, I just everyone knows I like my mud water drink here, the coffee substitute, and this episode would be brought to you by Mud Water, but they haven't returned my email yet. All right. So anyone paying attention today, if you really want to help us out, send them an email and say you want to try out Mud Water, but you're just waiting on the 0 hour group affiliation to do so. Okay. All right. We got that out of the way. JT.
Knocking at their door.
Exactly.
I mean, we got a big enough crew now here, a couple hundred people to stream that it's time that, we do get some sponsors on here. Maybe
I think we can scare them up a few customers,
Easily.
And what have they got to lose?
Nothing.
Hello, Hannah Jane. Thanks for coming in.
Hannah Jane, thank you for coming on. Appreciate you being on the live stream this morning. We got a bunch of news going on here today, specifically around a couple of the stocks that we cover, namely Palantir, which is up 25% on the day.
25%.
Unheard of, for these large cap stocks going up that much typically at 25% after a blowout earnings.
$30 or so? I haven't actually looked at them yet.
32, 35 right now is what I'm showing on my tape. Just absolutely crazy. We just covered them in an article 2 weeks ago. You could have got them for, between 100 and 110. And if you got them at 100, you're up 50%, on that.
Right.
So very impressive in terms of the turnaround. We kind of realized it was undervalued, and so we'll toot our own horn a bit there. But aside from Palantir, Microsoft's going that went up 20% earlier. On our book today, Ondas is up 6%, UMAC 6.4%, LightPath's up 11%, Amprius up 7%, Lantronix up 7%. SPI up 10 and Copen up 11%. I can't find actually any red on my watch list. It's just a green machine today. So what a fun day. Day.
Yeah, that's we got to take them when we get them, especially after the last couple of months, right? Since I guess around the beginning, maybe starting the second week of June, it's been kind of brutal this summer, man. In the sectors we're covering here. But hey, before we get too far along, we were at the Commercial Drone Alliance last Friday, right? And we got some great interviews, really networked, met some great people, stakeholders from around the table in the emerging drone economy. And tonight we're going to be producing or publishing live, right? Just like we normally do. It's historic, part 2. From Sunday Night Live, where we had Jeff Gable on. He was with us in DC. We were showcasing his ideas around drone diplomacy on Sunday night, but tonight we're really kind of going to go a lot deeper into the 3 companies or the 3 folks that we interviewed, 2 companies and 1 individual. That be Onra Technologies, private company that we're thinking about adding to our list. We all but announced, didn't we announce we're going to start covering Power S, I think,
Yep. Yeah. I mean, Power S is very impressive. I feel like they're, a drone disruptor in the space. They do a lot of things, and they're not really known, I'd say, in the retail space. I mean, I just found out about them, pretty recently, but we were really impressed with their leadership at the summit. We're impressed by their products and also the contracts coming in. So I think they're going to be a big name, and I think there's some opportunity in that, holdings company merger that we're going to see. Under ticker PUSA, that we could have a pretty crazy move. I don't know if you remember the CLBR and Pew thing that happened. That was a merger, and that of course long term didn't work out. We weren't in that for the long term. We were in there for the merger, but the merger created a huge catalyst where that thing absolutely went crazy. So obviously. We're in it for the long term with this company as what we've seen, right now. But the merger could definitely create, a catalyst and potential event for the stock to do something crazy. So definitely something that we want to cover now for you guys before rather than later.
Well, I've got a confession to make. And yesterday was a great day to do it. A lot of our book was bouncing yesterday too. We could have done a 0 hour today on Monday morning. But Tuesday is when we're regularly scheduled. But I went ahead because of the opportunity presented itself yesterday. It was such a hard one to pass up, particularly in light of meeting some leadership at Power Us, which is our forte, right? Getting in front of the C-suite and looking them in the eye, hearing their story firsthand, and using that information to make a judgment. But the market offered us a great opportunity with Power Us, pushed them down yesterday. They're enjoying the rally back today, up 15% today at $3.14. But I was able to actually start my own personal position in Power Us yesterday, and for whatever reason, the market gods were looking out for me there and gave me a good opportunity. It looked like it was bouncing pre-market, but the market makers punished it a little bit after the opening, and so anyway, I was able to accumulate more than one or two shares during the day. So I'm happy about that. Well positioned, I think, and we'll see what happens going forward. But what else?
Absolutely.
Everybody's going up today, right?
Even I was actually going to just yeah, I mean, today, it's a great day, and it's a day, I mean, maybe you want to pick up some hedges too, right? I mean, when you can't find red anywhere, you never know what could happen around the corner, right? If we had a couple up days, a couple of these move in, 20%, 25% in Palantir's case, likely, we'll see a little bit of a correction, a little healthy pullback into the next leg up. So, it's never a bad idea to, cover some positions with those covered calls if, to lock in some of those gains if you want to protect that downside, potentially taking some profit on a couple things. But at least with the drone sector where that's concerned, I think we saw a very, very large pullback, and I don't think this run is anywhere near done yet, at least where drones are concerned. But, it's never a bad idea to hedge your bets. So sometimes when that volatility index, the VIX, comes down, it's a good idea to potentially, pick up some calls there to hedge on the buy side, and then maybe do some covered calls on things that have run like Palantir. Not financial advice, just to give it, put it in your guys' heads. What I want to do, Benny,
I think that's wise words. I think that's wise, actually. At least on a part. This is one of those markets where it's rewarding risk, but I tell you, I think that it's really rewarding hedging a little bit more.
Well, especially with the high beta stocks, it's these things move, right? I mean, they've definitely made us some riches, right, in the past, things like Ondas, but man, they can retract very quickly too. So you got to take those profits when you can. You got to lock it in, or you got to just buy it and not look at it for like 5 years and go with those high conviction picks at the 0 I was telling you about. Maybe you'll have a nice retirement. I do want to get just our trading view screen up here. Taking a look at Palantir, I mean, wow.
What a gap.
This gap. I mean,
honestly, I'd be careful here,
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of those moves you want have already been in, right?
Yes.
Chasing this thing here might be a little dangerous in this market because I don't know. You tell me. You're more versed in these things, but that green line looks like it might be a little resistance.
Yeah, you are 100% correct. I mean, the worst thing you could do is see Palantir up 26.63% a day and be like, okay, I'm buying now. Right. You had to buy when it looked bleak, and it's always a psychological game, right? You got to buy when it doesn't look good, when you don't want to buy, and you got to sell when you're like, oh my God, I love this stock. And exactly what you're thinking there, Benny. I mean, this $162 level has been very strong resistance for the stock back since February, right? Early February, where we touched off that level, rejected, touched it again, rejected extremely hard all the way down to 106, where we were kind of covering this and saying Palantir is looking undervalued here. And hey, looks like it was 0 hour group correct again. It is reaching that level again, and this is going to be a key inflection point, right? So if we reject off of here, I mean, we could go and see 126 again. If we can kind of have a strong volume and surge through this level, I think we run all the way up to $200 again. So if you're not in yet, I would definitely wait, right? I would either get confirmation of the breakout above 163, or if it doesn't break out, I think you should definitely wait, right, until we get a nice pullback. And maybe we find some support and it continues on the uptrend. But this level has been very volatile, right, for the stock, and has been a key level for almost 6 months now, right? So definitely something to watch. And if you were in Palantir, congratulations. If not, I would stay on the sidelines for now.
Definitely. Yeah, Palantir was one of my big winners from 24, August of 24 through about, I let go of them a little too early in January or so of 25. But man, they really hold the keys to the kingdom, I think, in my opinion. They're not going anywhere. They were sort of like the country music song, right? They were in AI before AI was cool, right? And really the OGs in that space, having Peter Thiel and Alex Karp and the crowd having the vision to set up Palantir as far back as they did, helping us with the edge that we need to stay on top of things militarily around the world. But also, what's really exciting about them is, which is also exciting about all of our drone stocks and drone adjacent companies that we cover, is the dual use applications of their technology. That commercial side of things is really going to far outweigh these military contracts that are getting these companies started. So yeah, pretty excited about that. Nice to see. It's about time, market makers. You guys have been brutal here the last couple of months. So you can't keep a good man down. You can't keep a good woman down. You can't keep a good company down forever. So yeah, just liking what I'm seeing. That's a great day today. You might as well enjoy it. Tomorrow might change, but today's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and maybe some people want to lock in those gains, right? Because the fun can leave the station very fast. We found that out in 2026. This is the year of volatility. So if I had one piece of advice for all of our listeners out there, don't get euphoric, right? Buy value when you see it. Buy on those red days. But when there's these really big green days, make sure that you always have your exit strategy. What's good enough, right? Because sometimes people, things will rise this much. They'll take a screenshot, right? But then they won't sell where they maybe would have sold. They will just let it ride. So
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, I am too, and that's why I want to let everyone know. I mean, I think that's just a standard, a mistake that's made in every trader's journey, right? What do they call that when it's just like it always happens? Shoot,
the FOMO.
Yeah, FOMO, but it's a canon event. That's what it is, a canon event. So it's something that it's a canon event in all investors' journeys where they see a big move, they get that, and then they don't sell. It's like, oh, this train's not leaving. So yeah, man, everyone have we're having a great day, but always have that exit strategy in the back of your mind. What are you happy with? If you have trailing stops, what are you happy with leaving the table with and being patient? But yeah, man, it's a great day. I thought we'd just look at their Q2 highlights for Palantir, and then
okay.
As you guys know, me and Benny, we cover these drone stocks, high beta stocks, software stocks like Palantir. They all have their earnings coming out pretty much at the same time, and 0 Hour Group is more busy than ever. I mean, you guys saw that. We're official press right at these private events. We're working with a ton of these companies on our own time, off the books, classified stuff right now that you guys, of course, will know about soon. Retail investors for retail investors. We're going to make sure you guys get the story. But we're trying to do all these things live, but there's just so many meetings and events that it's hard. So we're going to try to get a recording of the Palantir earnings podcast done. And then we also have Amprius Technologies. That's reporting after the bell, but we'll probably be doing... There. Yeah, because we have, of course, our segment tonight, 0 Hour Group, our second recording with Jeff, and all the stuff from the CDA, which we think is going to take precedent. So we'll have an Ampex reaction coming out probably tomorrow, Benny, I think. And man, I mean, we got Ondas coming up, UMAC, Cope, and it's going to be probably one of the busiest Augusts in history, at least for me. And I got my sister's wedding. I mean, wow, it's
yeah,
Benny, we don't stop. There's no days off. Yeah, we're always
nothing like a full schedule, my friend.
Yeah, I mean that just shows the 0 hours. We're working and it's working out. So good stuff.
Right on. So hey, what's in the news today, man? I haven't had a chance. I haven't even turned on CNBC or Bloomberg. I mean, I'm not sure why I ever do that, but
Yeah, they don't tell. You got to tune into the 0 Hour group. We'll actually give you the information that's real.
That's
right.
right.
They got
That's
no
right. They
reason
ought
to
to be
tell
following
anyone
us.
anything. Yeah, exactly. But I thought we got to look into why, this went up 26%. So I thought we just kind of look at these stats, and then we'll go. I think we go into the general macro. But today is, Green Day. So yeah, so U.S. revenue, right? 115% year over year to 1.57 billion, 23% quarter over quarter. It's absolutely ridiculous growth with a boost in Q2. U.S. commercial revenue, which actually is very interesting. The commercial side of things is growing too. So we're seeing Palantir kind of
150%.
Yeah, growing its use cases, not just to defense, but also to some commercial elements, which if you're a Palantir shareholder, you definitely like that. Hopefully no surveillance state stuff, but we'll see. I bet there's many ways that they could use this technology, to keep people safe, right? Keeping criminals and stuff off the street.
That's the idea. And,
yeah.
And Alex Karp, I think he's well versed in that idea of the whole point of the company and what's going on right now is to protect Western civilization, Western free market democratic values, right? And so I kind of discount some of the naysayers and the doom and gloomers over that. I mean, AI is a reality, folks. It's coming. I'd rather have our own people, dictating the best in the world in this field than adversaries around the world. So keep it up, Alex, and we're open for you to come on anytime. Just reach out, right? 0hourgroup.com.
Absolutely.
Form right there. We'd be happy to have you on anytime you're available.
And I was actually thinking kind of the same thing, Benny. It was kind of funny. A little side note. I was showing my girlfriend Chernobyl, the HBO miniseries, which if you guys haven't seen that, one of the best I've ever seen. And they, back in the day, right, of course, different now, something's same. Didn't want to admit that, Chernobyl was even happening, that it was going to potentially poison the entire continent. And it's just like, U.S., no one's perfect, obviously, but we live in a pretty nice society where you can kind of go out and do what you want, and you're not kind of forced to do anything for the most part. So just a little side reflection. It's like sometimes I feel like we don't have it good, but we have it pretty good. I don't know. I would say it's reflection Tuesday. Let's keep going though on the Palantir.
Well, I tell you, I get a kick out. I get a kick anytime I hear a young guy like yourself talk about back in the day. Right?
I'm a historian.
I remember watching Chernobyl live on CNN, man.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you seen that miniseries? I'd recommend it if you haven't. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
I think I actually have, or at least seen some large chunks of it. But there's some real heroes that stepped up to to do what they did and to sort of block that thing up. But anyway, keep take us right along here. Keep us going.
Yeah, so
220 deals of at least $1 million.
Oh yeah,
man.
Who actually also had a deal that was a little over $1 million for software was SPAI. So we're gonna be covering SPAI stuff very soon too.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we made a great connection with SPI. I'm gonna keep it under wraps at the CDA. All right. Because coming up in they announced a technology demonstration down there at Aventura. So, 0 Hour Group may or may not show up on site for some more original content, right? But that's some exciting stuff right there. And you can find out more about SafePro on our website, www.the0hourgroup.com. We've got a dedicated page over there. So.
And new exciting things coming to the page too. So our site, I would say, is one of the best in the defense news stake. You look at some of these other companies that cover drones and whatnot. I'm not going to name any names, but I mean, the 0 Hour site looks just cutting edge, right? So very happy with our production team on their website, and we're just getting started. We actually have some new upgrades coming soon. You guys are going to absolutely love it. So yeah, make sure you check out the 0hourgroup.com and just check out those updates as they come. But yeah, Benny, with this one too, the deals. So 220 at 1 million, that's great. At least $220 million. But this really struck me. 73 of the deals of at least 10 million. Man, I mean, they are staggering. Just ranking revenue, high margin revenue.
Yeah, staggering. Right.
adjusted free cash flow, 1.2 billion. I think it's funny. Another company, I like weaving in everything. One of Palantir's partners, Ondas, also has a very nice cash reserve too, with a market cap of what even is Palantir's market cap here? 382 billion. So Ondas is like a 1% of that with a similar cash flow, which is pretty cool. Or similar
something.
I was got to weave our, one of our faves. Yeah.
And look at that market cap and PE with 1.57 billion in revenue, right? On that top line.
Oh, Palantir is as expensive as it gets. I think it's the market's forward looking though, so they kind of see where it's going with their technology, and they'll be one of the mainstays in the long term. But yeah, you are paying a premium to own Palantir, and it's funny because Ondas, you're actually not really paying a premium anymore with the revenue coming in, and people didn't really notice that. It kind of came in quietly with those acquisitions.
Yeah.
As I'm looking at the Palantir stuff, I got multiple monitors here. We're always going to look at our trades, man. PUSA here, Power Us up 15.75%. Wow.
Yeah, man. Can we call that the 0 hour effect?
That is.
All right.
It's small enough where it could be the 0 hour effect, so we got to be careful there. we probably have some control over these capital markets, man. Jokes, don't.
The market maker is going to do what market, what is it? Haters going to hate, market maker is going to make, I guess. But
Can we put that on a t-shirt?
Huh?
Can we put that on a t-shirt?
Let me write it down.
Write that down. Write that down. 0 hour merch coming soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I love that. I'm so excited. I look over, I try not to get excited, but I see all the green, and you can't help but be a little bit, like today's a great day. So
of course,
finish your thought there. I want to hear it.
On just that on companies like like the whole sector that we're covering, right? I mean, they've been up the last couple of days. They still got a long way to go to get back to where, like Ondas, maybe, get back to where it was. I mean, it still needs to double actually to get back to its highs of January and back in late May, early June. But we were at the CDA, Commercial Drone Alliance Leadership Summit last Friday, and I think it was 18 months after last year's program, and there's just such a sea change in the energy, the awareness of what's important about the whole the whole round table of stakeholders that need to come together to make it possible for drone dominance to become a reality, and for the whole commercial side, the applications of the technology to be unleashed, right? And we've got issues with national debt and appropriations and all of that, but there's nothing going to help that situation more than for our economy to grow. And this is sort of the technology of our times. It's imperative that we dominate it, that we lead it as America, and as the biggest economy in the history of mankind, and or humankind, I should be more correct to say. And so it's just really exciting to be to be spectators of this, to be involved in covering it, to be invested in it. This is what it's about, is building a future for ourselves and our loved ones and the future going forward. So no better time to be involved, folks. Those young folks that I met on the corner there at 15th and Constitution from the Special Olympics, gave every one of them some financial advice, and I'm accused. I'm guilty as
just
charged.
Don't let them hold you to it.
Open up a Roth. I told them I'll go open up a Roth tomorrow, which would have been yesterday, and I hope at least one of them took me up on that. I hope all three of them did, because
that's not financial advice. That's common sense.
Yeah. Common sense. Hey, I like that too. We'll put that on a t-shirt maybe, right? But anyway, what's that Tyler Nall got to say to us? All this green got me feeling extra giddy, like it's Christmas today. Yeah, sure enough.
Yeah, the thing though with that is, if the market makers see that, they're going to rug pull you. So if everyone's getting too euphoric, okay, it's time to flip the script. So remember, the market is run on private equity. They're holding the majority of the money in the market. Retail is a small fish. So just watch sentiment, guys. That fear and greed index keeps ticking up and we're getting greedy. Be careful. Stay hedged. Hedging is a key to any portfolio, especially when you're playing with high beta stocks, because these things rip up, right? We're not getting those little 10% returns. We're sometimes getting a couple thousand, but it can come down quick too. So it's a double-edged sword. Always think about a hedge, guys.
Yeah.
Tyler on Substack, staying hedged. Appreciate you, man. He's over on After Hour. So appreciate all of our After Hour friends coming on. Also, I like how you swapped it from mankind to humankind. Shout out to all of the female fans on Zero Hour group. I know we got a couple. Absolutely. We had Hannah in the chat, Andrea in the chat. Appreciate all of our female watchers too, because I feel like we're always surrounded by guys, and it's like, where's our female investors at? We know you're out there, so we appreciate y'all coming on.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, I've maybe you haven't learned this lesson, but I've learned to listen to the women in my life. All right, they're way smarter than I am. I'm a history major.
Absolutely, come on, man.
Back in the day, from really way back in the day, a history major. I've had enough of history. I'm a much more interested in her story. Her story, right? So,
my girlfriend keeps me grounded. She's like, I'll do something dumb. She gets me. She's like, that's crazy. So it's. Yeah, I think any kind of that misogynist crap, we don't deal with here. So
that's what we depend on, man.
Yeah, shout out to all of our female 0 Hour friends out there. Let's get back into the Palantir here, Matt. Yeah, okay. This is honestly our section, guys. We just have some fun with this one. This is our 0 Hour today on Tuesdays, reoccurring session. We just talk about the macro, the news, talk to you guys. And, any news that you guys saw, maybe you want to talk about or have questions on, make sure to throw that in the chat, because we're not Palantir with the all-seeing eye, right? We missed some things too. We're going to cover the things that drew our attention. But if you have something, put it in the chat. We'll put it up on screen and we can maybe talk about it. Alrighty. So what else do we have here for Palantir? Man, I got so many screens up. I'm like, where is my Palantir? I got the Substack up. I got our streaming service, and then I got the Palantir earnings somewhere. There it is. Adjusted operating income. Man, yeah, it's kind of crazy though with Palantir. Obviously, forward-looking, and we thought the stock was undervalued. But in terms of just pure financials, the revenue, it's in the billions, but that market cap is so large that you see like an increase of like 1 billion, and you're like, wow, that's great. And then you look at the market cap and you're like, whoa. Yeah. Just like it's kind of like jarring, because usually it's the high betas, right, that are overvalued in terms of the financials. But Palantir is you're paying a premium. But I mean, everything is kind of growing here. Obviously, it's up 26% on the day for a reason. It was north like 200, just way astronomical levels of overvalued, at least financials wise. But man, it's growing fast. So I think this one, Palantir investors are looking 5-10 years out. What was that, Aaron Smith? Ondas Defense. Yeah, so that was with Benny. I don't know if you have updates on that. For yesterday, we had the guy from Assad come on and do the Ondas Defense. You want to talk about that?
Well, I only just caught a little bit of it. Haven't had a chance to really dig into it. But in fact, our friend Kate Jones sent me the article about Ondas hiring a former director of Mossad, right? And not just in an advisor role, not just as a board member. He's actually going to be doing some work, and I think that's extremely bullish. All right, someone like that doesn't someone like that can write their own ticket. I mean, go to work anywhere. Be a professor at anywhere they want to, attract all the money they wanted for their own startup or consulting firm. But to step in, join Eric Brock and his fantastic team over there and portfolio of companies, super bullish in my view, super bullish.
And I think this specifically is very interesting too. Bringing decades of national security leadership and advanced technology experience to support the company's global expansion. I know in this press release, they talked about how he was doing things with like technology and system of systems. So the hire feels extremely relevant. in terms of how they're going to combine it. Because the main thing with Ondas right now, the reason the market's holding their breath and it's not $20 is because they brought in all these great companies. The market's got to make sure that they can work together. I mean, they had 8 to 10 acquisitions. That's a lot of moving parts that all need to be integrated, which we're seeing with like the Iron Wave. And once we get confirmation of that, oh man, I mean, we could have the short squeeze
bar the door.
of the 2020s. Yeah, I mean, if the shorts don't get out. So we'll see. Obviously, we're very bullish on them pulling it off. We love the Ondas leadership. We've been following them for years now, which is crazy to say, but very excited for Ondas. I think another good ad, and probably adding a little bit of the fuel to the fire on their rally here, because they've been doing very well this week. I'm actually curious. What are they up like 15-20% this week? Let me just check my
they were up 15% yesterday.
Was it 15? I thought it was like 12.
I think so.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. All right, maybe with after hours they pushed into the 14 range, or give or take, but and then up again today. What we're looking at 5% right now at 878, but that's down off. It looks like they broke $9 earlier in the morning, right at the open. So, and they're
up 18% on the month. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, and there's only been 2 trading days this month, so.
Yeah. On the 1 month, like 30 days. I don't actually have like the month to date.
Oh, okay. All right. My bad.
My chart's not loading for some reason, but yeah, they're doing well. So good to see them coming back.
Just a shout out, and in case he's watching, we never know who's watching, and we definitely have made some friends in high places. But if Mr. Barnea is watching, we'd love to have you on too, sir. We got pretty easy access to Eric Brock when we need something and need some information. But boy, an interview with you would be a real coup. So if you got a chance, let us know. We'd love to introduce you to our retail followers and audience. Wouldn't that be a coup?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. And I think we're just going to keep, bringing on more and more high ticket individuals, but also we love bringing on our retail investors. So if you got something to say, you got a little community, even if it's only, 100 people, 50 people, reach out to us, get on. Right now with our projections, I mean, we started off at like, 5, 10 viewers. Now we have between 50 and 200 on a show, and soon we'll be at 1,000, right? So eventually maybe there's such a big backlog. It's not free to come on the show. So if you got a little community, come on now, right? Eventually you might need to pay to get on these shows. If the demand's there, we might have to start, doing something like that. But for now, we're buy retail for retail, and we're going to stay buy retail for retail. But in terms of getting on the show for your company or whatever, you might might have to come with some change, right? But we're going to bring this content to you guys for free. So just know, this is free. We got some, merch coming in the future. If you do want to support us, for the time we put into this, because right now we're doing this out of the goodness of our hearts and we believe in the mission. So, you can support us with eventual merch and a couple other things we got coming for y'all. If you like the community. But yeah, what else we got on the docket today, Benny? Any other news that you saw? It's a busy day.
Yeah, no, man, just last August was when Ondas, made its move, right? And
August,
maybe we're going to see a bit of a repeat of that. Maybe it's just a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing as we lead into earnings next week. I know that they're doing their earnings, I think, on the 13th next week, and we, as of right now, unless something comes up, folks, you can look forward to us broadcasting that live with analysis and reactions. But yeah, we'll just see. At some point though, by the way, is that cost to borrow still staying up there at 18-20% on the shorts?
I'll have to check. I haven't checked the short interest recently, but I definitely need to take a look. Man, I remember actually where I was last summer. Let me get that chart up.
Okay.
Again. When we started to move, I was in Jersey and New York City to meet some friends. I was on the subway. And I remember they had just added the 750 strikes to the options chain. That was as high as it went for the leaps. I remember I was like, oh yeah, they were cheap. I bought a bunch of them. And that was when the stock was down here, actually, like in the $3s.
$3.
And then bought those. Boom. So, like, it was, man, we were feeling good. Fall and summer of 2025, we were feeling great. Winter 2025, 2026, and I think we're gonna start feeling good again here soon. Man, this is looking very good technically wise on a technical basis.
We'll be coming up on a 0 Hour Group birthday before too much longer, but
that's crazy.
We'll get into that. Yeah, not us. That my how time flies, right? But hey, thanks, Aaron. You're right. I appreciate. That's why we do it live, but we also let it live forever on all of our platforms, so everyone can come and tune in when they can't make it to the live session and listen to it at your convenience. So we just appreciate everyone, whether they're live or whether they tune in later. You're all part of the 0 Hour Group Army, and much appreciated.
Absolutely. Wow, I have been already going for 36 minutes. Usually we only do 30. Okay. I feel like we just started, but we got a busy day. We got a show coming for you guys tonight for all of our interview content. So all the exclusive interview content we got at the Commercial Drone Alliance Leadership Summit, private event. We got 3 interviews we're going to be talking about. We got our Kate, our geopolitical expert, and we got Onra and Powerus. So some companies there that we're going to be covering here soon too. Looks like I was checking the light path as well just quickly because I was like, oh, why are we up 12% there? But no news on that one. So
man, I'll tell you, hey, I got a shout out to Crispy, at RAD Hard Tech over on X. I was chatting with him a little bit early this morning. He's like me, an early riser, and he's got a suspicion that LightPath has got some news they're ready to come out with here. Before too much longer. We're in the lead up to earnings. Everyone that follows us knows how critical what critical role LightPath can play with the domestic NDAA Act and supplying that diamond black glass as a replacement for germanium, and getting the production of what our warfighters need in terms of night vision and that kind of thing, and also the long range ISR type camera assemblies. A lot of important work going on there, but just shout out to Crispy. I know we're trying to get you on the show on Sunday Night Live, and we're going to work that out one way or another. And of course, Jeff at Jeff Gable on X. He was with us at the CDA in DC, sat in on these 3 interviews as well in the recording studio on location. And tonight's going to be a real special. We're going to do a deep dive into each of these interviews with multiple clips from each one. We're talking about Amit Ganju at Onra Technologies. They're providing the software, a software solution for the Part 146 low altitude airspace management that's so critical for deconflicting the airspace with this with all the commercial use of drones. This is critical. It's a linchpin technology, as I call it, for what it's going to unleash that commercial application. Then, of course, we got Ziv Marome from co-founder of Power Us. He sat down with us, gave us some great time and answers. Really interesting guy with that IDF intelligence background and his heavy lift drones and their exciting applications across defense, across public safety, across commercial applications, firefighting, agricultural, all these different areas. They've got that agreement with that partnership with John Deere as well. And then we've got a non-company guest. We're going to play a few clips of Kate Burrows-Jones came on, paid advisor for Ondas Capital over in Estonia, White House bureau chief for World Media, and just all around great person, fun to talk to, really well informed. Anyone who listens to her comes away smarter. So we're gonna highlight her interview, and then later this week, all 3 of these interviews are going to get published in their entirety. They'll live forever on the World Wide Web, be accessible to anyone, anywhere, anytime. And again, thanks to those folks for sharing their time with us. And we're looking forward to tonight's historic Part 2 episode for Sunday Night Live. as well as future conversations with all of these folks. Going forward as these technologies and the industry matures. So.
And the cool thing, Benny, too, is that with these interviews, you can't get these on CNN. You can't get them on the New York Times. You can't get them on Fox. You can't get them for the $100,000 Trump tweet service, whatever that is. These are 0 hour exclusive official interviews. And these people were very busy, right, at this event. I think we might have been the only team there, only press there that actually got to sit down with these 3 individuals, and 2 of them having their own companies. So this ain't the small leagues, guys. If you're following us, we're getting like real important people in these rooms for these interviews. Like we're retail, but this ain't no retail operation, right? I mean, we're really moving some stuff for you guys, moving some mountains that shouldn't be possible, right? But we're putting in the time to actually get it done, and Benny getting on site with our producer, and we're doing it. So yeah, get excited. These are going to be some really good interviews. You're going to learn a lot, and hopefully, maybe get into some companies before they make the move, because the majority of retail hasn't heard about them. So yeah, get excited.
Well, I tell you, they talk about smart money and dumb money. All right. And I don't know much about that distinction. Right. But smart leadership is interested in retail. They understand the growing power of retail investors, the growing nature of information availability, and the technology that's available to retail investors. And we are, as a community, much more sophisticated and involved in our own financial futures than some people might realize. And but like I said, the smart leadership understands that. They're willing to give us a time if we're willing to meet them halfway, go where they are. And that's the core mission of 0 Hour Group, is to bring retail, give retail a seat at the table with the Needhams and the Piper Sandlers and the Goldman Sachses and the JP Morgans and Vanguards and Lake Streets and and Jane Streets and all that. They've had exclusive access into these C-suites and investment conferences and technology demos for far too long. So we just appreciate everyone following us, and they understand that we are retail investors for retail investors. That's the bottom line mission and vision that we've staked out here for 0 Hour Group, and it's gaining some traction. JT, we're turning some heads and getting noticed, and it's due to a lot of hard work on your part, and even Zero wakes up
and yours and our producer
and something done once in a while, right?
Yeah. So, our producers are on the clock right now, man. I don't know how he's getting it all done, but he is. So that's what we're paying him for. But yeah, he's fantastic answering the call. And Aaron, thanks to Aaron, man. He knows what he said, because they know what you're talking about. Financial media, no comment, digging in. I agree. A lot of the financial media right now is kind of just AI slop, right? Covering random things, comparing Ondas to RCAT, right? When they're not even similar. It's even worse with the small caps, because there's not enough information on them. So then the information they put out is wrong. So we're trying to be the source of truth for you guys, the source of quality. And make sure that you guys are checking out the live stream tonight, and also our Performance Drone Works article dropping today, which will be out pretty soon here on Substack.
Looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they just landed that huge loan, $810 million loan from the Pentagon itself. So, man, it's going to be that's definitely one to watch. I wish they were public. I would have been in early, but we'll invest in the public companies that are invested in them. So it's always a way in.
Exactly. And I'm looking forward to that article, JT. There's a lot more to come. Let's go ahead and wrap it up here. It's supposed to just be a quick show on market conditions and talking our book a little bit, but it's there's just so much to talk about. It's just hard. We could do it all day, but
we got 65 people in here too. So it's like we got a lot of people. I want to make sure they're getting it. But we got a lot to do, guys. We got a lot of stuff coming for you guys. It's very exciting, but the work did not stop. So we got to get back to work. Thank you all. Benny, wrap us up, and we'll see y'all tonight.
Just thanks for everyone following us. Really appreciate you tuning in. Like someone said earlier, you could watch us live, or you can come back and see us when it's convenient for us. Please like, subscribe, ring that bell kind of thing on whatever your favorite platform is. We're not snobs. We're, equal opportunity creators on cross platforms. So we want to meet you where you are, where you prefer to consume your content. So that's one of the reasons for that. So really looking forward to tonight and showcasing the folks that gave us some time for those interviews at the CDA. Of course, next week we're wheels up again, heading to Boston.
Wheels up again. Yeah.
So
it doesn't stop. We're up.
We'll talk a little bit more about that tonight and get the word out for that Copen visit. All right, in Boston, and looking forward to seeing you, Jeff, if you're listening to this. And otherwise, everyone, happy trading today. Stay safe out there. Have a terrific Tuesday on purpose. Okay.
Then to Aaron, it's what time tonight? It should be 7:30 Central, so that's 8:30 EST. That's typically when we do our nighttime shows. So we'll see you guys tonight at 7:30 Central, 8:30 EST for our big show tonight. So a lot of prep work going in there. Also share it with your mom, your dad, your sister. Everyone should, it should be a right to be financially literate, right? So they don't teach that in schools, so let's teach it to you now. So especially if you're trying to trade these hard things like high beta stocks, it's not easy. It's not like the S&P. You got to be educated. You got to know what you're doing. You got to be hedged. So follow the 0 Hour Group to stay in the loop. And talk to y'all. Oh, Benny, we got Easton's hook. Follow the 0 Hour Group to stay in the loop. Another T-shirt idea.
There we go. Let me jot it down. Yeah, we're gonna have merch ready before long. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah, appreciate all y'all. We'll see you tonight. Have a good one.
See you later, JT.